Hello, it's me, French Ted, and we are here for episode number 49 of our LLW series, Local to Global, and we've got a doozy ahead of us. The main event of our week 4 show is the three-way match between Will Ospreay, Joe Anoa'i, and our LLW King, Drew Galloway. Anoa'i pushed for this match to come earlier, to which William Regal agreed. And yeah, it's happening. I feel like Anoa'i is getting desperate at this point. He needs this championship. He feels that it will help repair the cracks in the global Anoa'i empire. So, you know, we're going to have to wait and see. I mean, we'll know by the end of the episode what happens regarding that. But we are here in the week 3 show at West Point Arena, which seems to be our home for the foreseeable future, I guess. And yeah, we're in the pre-show, of course. The Prehistoric Death Cult are back. Caveman Ugg really kind of leading the line. He's going to be super fun when his pop gets up. So, but they didn't get the win here, though. I just realised that. The random team of Tate Mayfairs and Chris Ridgway get the win as Tate Mayfairs pins Sid Parker. So clearly, Sid Parker is the weak link, as it actually says there. So Sid could be someone who's on their way out sooner rather than later. Why pay wages for someone I really just don't give a shit about? Whereas Caveman Ugg, I've kind of like slowly fallen for him. So yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, good win for Tate and Chris Ridgway. I mean, Ridgway we hardly ever see. Tate Mayfairs I've also got a bit of a soft spot for. So, you know, he's someone that's been here since day one. And, you know, I got mad love for my day oneers, and I'm planning on keeping most of them around for as long as possible. But yeah, 61, not terrible. I'll take it. That is our one and only pre-show match. We are heading straight into this main show with PAC's London Zone Open Challenge. And answering this is Lycos. And in a bout that had superb wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, PAC gets the win by 2 falls to none. Lycos wasn't, you know, on form enough, as he has been in recent weeks, to get this win. I think this is Lycos's first proper loss. I mean, of course, he must have lost at Faction Warfare because the Anoa'i Global one. But outside of Faction Warfare, I think this is Lycos's first loss. But PAC has made number 7, defense number 7. Jumbling my words up today. Of the LLW London's own title with a 90 performance, and Lycos with a 71. Got the crowd buzzing and off to a strong start. I mean, that's what you want to see for your opening show. A 78 rating, PAC still firmly in charge of that London Zone title. But post-match, Ashton Smith comes out and lets PAC know that he will be coming for him again. He says, no one disrespects me. No one disrespects LLW. Don't like your attitude, mate. So I guess it's up to me to sort that out. And PAC kind of just smirks, laughs it off, and makes his way out back. So yeah, Ashton Smith really not happy with PAC. I mean, he's kind of a little bit, I don't want to say obsessed, but I feel like he's using this as a kind of a distraction to maybe something else that's going on. I don't know. Ashton Smith just doesn't feel the same without that King's title, does he? But hey ho. Following on from this though, we've got a backstage segment. This happened earlier in the night. It was Michael Oku, who has strung a couple of wins together in recent weeks and is looking to push further and prove himself in LLW. And he speaks to Tyler Bate, a former king of the Lariat League, and says to Tyler, would love to have a match with you tonight. You know, you're a big name here. A lot of people respect you. I think we could put on one hell of a show. So Tyler Bate agrees to it, and this is our main event tonight. It will be Tyler Bate taking on Michael Oku in just a simple one-on-one match. A nice little 82 here. Really, really good. Can't complain. After this, though, we have got Saraya Knight Jr. in action as she takes on and defeats Sapphire Reed in just under 19 minutes with the Rib Cracker. Saraya with a 64, Sapphire with a 60, and Joe Anoa'i is ringside, of course, to try and support his alliance folk. His, not alliance, empire. Keep getting the name mixed up. Anoa'i Global, we'll just call him that from now on. Support his global folk. Of course, Saraya, however you want to say it, came out to challenge Mei at our latest pay-per-view Tempest. But she knows that she has to earn that place. And last week, in the last episode, she did it by defeating Riho, who Mei defeated in the triple threat three-way. And now she's defeated Sapphire Reed, who was the other member of that three-way. So I think Saraya Knight figures, if I can defeat the contenders that were up against Mei in the bracket, then I can earn an opportunity. And you know what? She only goes ahead and does it. Oh, 68, that's not good. Regal confirms that Saraya Knight Jr. has earned her spot and will face Mei at Ashes to Ashes in, I think it's like a month's time. It's like the end of May, first week of June. So that is our first official confirmed match for Ashes to Ashes. It will be Mei in her first London Siren title defense against Saraya Knight Jr. And hopefully that'll be a pretty good match. See, this annoys me about this. So Saraya Knight Jr. very poor when trying to improvise dialogue. Whereas a week or two ago, apparently she was amazing. She got like an 80 something. So, you know, make your mind up game. Can she do it? Can't she do it? Oh, I feel like as a safe bet, I should just script everyone. But I don't want to script everyone because some people who are good on the mic can just, you know, I mean, here, William Regal, we wouldn't have got the bonus if we scripted him. You know what I mean? Either way, let's move on to our next segment where we head backstage, where Colby Corino and Chaz Betts have formed a kind of brotherhood based on hatred as they bump into Callum Newman backstage and kind of start picking on him. They start targeting him, saying, oh, you're not all that when you're on your own, are you? Where's Will Ospreay? Where's Daddy Ospreay? And they, you know, try and pick on him a little bit, but Cara Noir is backstage too and backs him up. Kind of, you know, creates a barrier between Newman and Colby Corino and Chaz Betts. And between the bickering and whatnot between these four men, it's decided that, you know what, let's not talk anymore. Let's deal with this in the ring. So all four of them walk down to the ring together and go, you know what, that they point over to William Regal. Regal's like, you know what, we've got the time for it. How about it, boys? So we've got a tag team match. Just a very impromptu one happening now. Colby Corino and Chaz Betts are teaming up to face Callum Newman and the man that's decided to step in and get involved, Cara Noir. So let's see what happens in this very random, impromptu tag team match. And then about that had great wrestling in 80 and decent reaction from the crowd. It is the team of Cara Noir and Callum Newman that get the win when Cara Noir makes Colby Corino submit with the sleeper hold to a 26-minute match. Bloody hell. Callum Newman with an 84, Cara with a 77, Colby with an 81, and Chaz with a 73. Callum's getting better at his gimmick. Love that. And yeah, thank you, Cara Noir, for saving, you could say, Callum Newman from what could have been a 2-on-1. After this, we've got a little video package of Joe Anoa'i, a pre-recorded package, where he just talks about how the final piece of this Empire puzzle is for him to be crowned a true emperor, you know, / king, and the LLW Kings title is what he believes will unite his team again, because there have been fractures, there have been disputes, there have been heads butting, and he believes that his authority requires this belt in order for the Empire to function. So yeah, he's just building up hype ahead of that main event in the next show. And yeah, hopefully it's going to be a good match. I'm really hoping it is. I mean, it's got all the ingredients. Will Ospreay, Joe Anoa'i, Drew Galloway. Sorry, I've been watching WWE today, so I've got the McIntyre in my head. I hear it and I'm like, that's weird. His name's not Drew McIntyre, it's Drew Galloway. It's like with Indy Hartwell. When I heard her on the TV the other day, I was like, Indy Hartwell, what? Her name's Samantha DeMartin. What were you on about? Because that was her name in AEW. It's jarring. It's yeah. Anyways, let's focus back on this. Yeah, we got this nice little video package. Can Joe Anoa'i do it? Before we get to the main event of the next show, let me know in the comment section now who you think is walking out the new LLW King, or current, LLW King. After this, though, we go backstage after that video package where Cara Noir and Callum Newman have just come back through the curtain, and Ospreay is there being like, yo, Cal, really sorry that I wasn't there for you, you know, those Empire guys. are goons at the end of the day. I know you would be able to deal with them, but you know, it's always good to have backup. And then Will Ospreay kind of thanks Cara Noir for helping out, and then drops a little reference to Spitfire Britannia. He goes, you know, if there's ever, if you ever want to be a part of the Syndicate, I'm sure we can rekindle our Spitfire together. Because of course, back in day, it was Will Ospreay and Cara Noir who were a team called Spitfire Britannia, but not as Cara Noir in his current Black Swan version. It was when he was face paintless and kind of just looked like a jobber, let's be honest. So deciding to do this character change was just the best decision ever, I think, that he did. But yeah, nice little tease here. Will Cara Noir be a member of Syndicate down the line? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But it is main event time, and it is that match we mentioned earlier, Tyler Bate and Michael Oku. Hopefully, this is a good one. So let's just dive straight into it. An 81, I'll take it. And a bout that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. It is Tyler Bate that gets the win. He defeats Michael Oku in just under 22 minutes with the Tyler Driver 97. Michael Oku putting in a really good shift in this one. You know, a couple of close falls, but ultimately it is the wise young man, Tyler Bate, that gets the win. Kind of proving, you know, the kind of difference between someone who is LLW King worthy and someone who maybe isn't there just yet. Tyler with a 90, not a 90, an 85, and Michael Oku with a 62. And yeah, that is how we end this show. An 81 overall, can't complain. Really good tag team match, really good main event. Saraya Knight needs to improve a little bit, please. A good opener as well, you know, decent all round. 81, can't complain at all. And we've got our first match confirmed for Ashes to Ashes. It is Saraya Knight taking on our new London Siren champion, May Serra. But following this, we have our next show, our final show of April, and it is that big, bad main event. Drew Galloway, our LLW King, looking to defend his title against both Joe Anoa'i and Will Ospreay. Why he agreed to this, I do not know, but hey ho, let's not waste any more time. Let's dive straight into that final show of the month. I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, and here we are for that final show in April. You can see we've got just over 7,200 people in the West Point Arena, which is a lovely little turnout for what is going to be, hopefully, a huge main event. But first, we have two, you read that right, two pre-show matches. The first one has decent reaction from the crowd and subpar wrestling. It is the team of Heidi, Katrina, and Aisha Ray defeating Gia Brookside and Shakara in 15 minutes when Heidi pins Shakara with a spear. Looking at those numbers, Aisha Ray is still leading the line. You know, she's doing great work, although she is kind of a forgotten woman in the division now with a 63. Heidi with a 54, and then the other two sub 50. Aisha's gimmick is getting stale, so we will have to take a look at that. Following on from this, though, we've got a one-on-one with our big boys. We've got Caveman Ugg taking on Hansen, and just look at how bad Hansen is. Like, I know it says that he's off his game, but when has he ever been on his game? Which is, it's really sad, because I like Hansen, and I'd like it if he did better, but I think I'm going to let him go. So, Kilted Chaos, it was nice while it lasted. You're dead. Jack Morris will stick around for a little bit longer, we'll see. But I think Hansen will be let go after this, and I think I'll do that post this video, because we do need to obviously check to see how the end of April is looking money-wise and popularity-wise. But yeah, Caveman Ugg, you're doing great work, buddy. Keep going. Hansen, I'm sorry, but it's not working out. But that does take us to our main show now, where we open the show with back-to-back tag team matches. I know, right? Like, our tag division is, I wouldn't say that it's stacked. We've got a decent number of tag teams, but I just kind of want to see how they all perform. Like, I need to keep like a mental note of, you know, who's doing well, who's not doing well, etc. But I've got a plan for the tag division in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned. Yeah. Let's just dive straight in. The opening bout is Brooks and Parker. So Chris Brooks and Drew Parker teaming up to take on Spike Trevay and Charlie Sterling. And this one, not bad. Good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Chris Brooks and Drew Parker get the win when Brooks pins Sterling with a praying mantis bomb. 73 overall, got the show off to a strong start. A 60 from Drew, a 78 from Chris, a 73 from Charlie Sterling. He's definitely a tag team guy. And a 61 from Spike Trevase. Yeah, not too bad. I will take it. Moving on though, we've got the next tag team match, which is a little bit risky in terms of who I've put in it. Again, it's a little trial of who's potentially staying, who's potentially not. So let's dive straight into that. And it is the team of the Driller and the Zilla taking on Sanity. And in a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, the Driller and the Zilla get the win when Dan Maloney pins Damo with the World Star. Zilla was the weak link, struggling to keep up, but a 51 isn't terrible from Zilla. He hasn't got the best in-ring stats, and he's also got no popularity. So a 51 is actually not too bad. And for once, Damo did okay. Normally Damo's been the worst of the two, but him and Axeman seem to be on the same level here, so I guess I'll take it. Which doesn't ruin the plans that are about to appear, but might make them a little bit more interesting, because post-match, Axeman Tisha is very upset that he lost against the Driller and the Zilla, and he takes to the chair. He grabs a chair from the outside and attacks Damo, turning on him, beating him down with a chair. The crowd are like, whoa, what's going on here? Axeman, of course, he's used to winning. Back in Germany, the boy is like a world champion. And as he continues this tirade in this attack, out comes Bobby Guns, just kind of like smiling and laughing, to which Axeman then looks up and then starts smiling and laughing as well. And it seems like Bobby Guns and Axeman Tisha have got some kind of alliance going on. And unfortunately, Damo is the victim of that reveal. We're going to have to wait and see what happens between these guys, but it does seem that Axeman, Tisha and Bobby Guns are a little duo. Following on from this though, we got a nice little promo from Drew Galloway. Apparently he can't improvise dialogue, which is silly because about a month ago he could. So I think we're just going to have to start scripting everyone just to save ratings. But again, 75 isn't bad. He just talks about the main event tonight, just says, I didn't rush into a decision of taking on both of them. I know how good I am. I know how important the Kings title is, and I want to honour that title by facing the best at every opportunity. And right now, you could say that Anoa'i and Will Ospreay are the best in this company. So why not face them both? I'm not taking either opponent lightly tonight. I will have to be on my A game, and that's exactly what I plan to bring. So Drew Galloway, you could say quietly confident, but I would say more focused than anything else. He knows what's at stake tonight, probably more than anyone else. And he's going to do his best to make sure that he is still our LLW King. After this, though, we are back in the ring, and it's Charlie Evans. First time we've seen her since her loss at Tempest, and she gets the win over Martina in 20 minutes with the swipe left. So, back on that train, building that momentum with a 70 rating. Martina with a 52, not the best, but hey ho, she's just here to eat a pin, really. So a nice little win here from Charlie Evans, and glad to see she's still getting some really good numbers. So hopefully that continues down the line. We head backstage now, where we actually managed to catch up with Bobby Guns and Axeman Tisha, where Bobby Guns just says, I've always got a plan, I've always got something going on, and me and Axeman have got one hell of a history in Germany, but we're not in Germany right now. We are in the south of England, and in the south of England we've decided that why don't the two best European wrestlers in this company become a team? So going forward, you can reference us as Der Catch Kings. So it's just like the Catch Kings, but with the German the. So Der Catch Kings, due to their wrestling style, stuff like that, blah, 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 blah. I did my research, okay? I also asked AI to help. But Gunn says ultimately he's got his eye on that new heritage belt, and he believes that Axeman is that missing piece to help him get a belt in LLW. Of course, former Knights champion Bobby Guns is with Timothy Thatcher, so this could be another route. But he looks like he's got his eyes on the Heritage Belt, the PWA Heritage Belt that we pillaged from PWA. And Axeman seems more than happy to help Bobby Guns on that journey. But I'm assuming it's going to be a you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of case down the line. But for now, they seem to be doing pretty well as a team. And going forward, hopefully they continue to. Worst case scenario, I put them in a tag team match. They've got zero chemistry. But hey ho. After this though, it is our main event. We've reserved quite a bit of time for this one because we know it's going to be one hell of a match. It is our LLW King, Drew Galloway, our co-number one contender and leader of the Anoa'i Global Empire, Joe Anoa'i, and our other co-number one contender, who probably is actually the real number one contender and leader of Syndicate, Will Ospreay. Who is your money on? Let me know. Let's not waste any more time and see what goes down. Oh, 75? How? How is it a 75? I'm not even looking at the result. How is it 75? Poor announcing, low experience, lack of psychology. Really? Lack of psychology is that big of a thing? Damn. Because, like, if there was psychology and good announcing, this is a 90 plus match. Oh well, let's ignore the number. Hold on. That kind of covers it. There we go. Oh, it could be an 85. Who knows? In a bout that had superb wrestling, my favourite word. So at least there's that. And good heat. Drew Galloway gets the win. He defeats both Will Ospreay and Joe Anoa'i in just under 30 minutes when he pins Ospreay, of all people, with the Claymore kick. Joe Anoa'i was on the outside after he'd been knocked down by Ospreay and didn't make it to the ring in time. Drew Galloway has made defense number 4 of his Kings title and walks out of the West Point Arena still your LLW King. Will Ospreay rolls out of the ring as well. You know, he's a defeated man. He accepts his loss. He is gone. But Joe Anoa'i remains in the ring. He is inconsolable. He feels like he needed this victory. Remember, he did not get pinned. So he feels that in a one-on-one situation, this could have been his title. You know, to be fair, he shouldn't have been in this match anyway. He kind of wormed his way in. But he is just really feeling that impact of not winning the championship. And now down comes the right-hand man, Madoka Kakuta, to comfort, it says it there, comfort his leader. You know, the crowd are kind of like, you know what? Let's give him a round of applause. He did awesome work here. He got, 89, 90 rating. The crowd are kind of like coming round to Anoa'i. They're like, oh, okay, all right. When there's a commotion in the crowd, everyone's like, whoa, what's happening? There's a rustling in the corner. And in come these two hooded men. And they attack Joe Anoa'i from behind. Madoka Kakuta is stood there in shock. But it turns out that these two hooded men are in fact New Blood. And it seems like New Blood and Madoka Kakuta have teamed up and have turned on Joe Anoa'i as the three men begin this tirade, this massive beatdown on Joe Anoa'i. They throw him into the ring post. They bring chairs out. They do all of their signature moves on him. You know, they're like closed fist punching this fucker in the face to the point where Anoa'i is just in the middle of the ring as a bloody mess. And the three of them, Kakuta, Diamante and Ishin, stand over the bloody body of Joe Anoa'i as Ishin and Diamante unzip their jackets, showing off the Knights titles. And Madoka Kakuta has a really sadistic grin on his face as he kind of rubs the blood on his hand across his face. And it seems like this threesome, this trio, are definitely no longer part of the Empire and very much their own thing. But that is how we end the show. Joe Anoa'i in the middle of the ring as a bloody mess. 76, I'll take it. I didn't think, to be fair, if this slapped, then the whole show would slap, but it didn't. Because apparently, you know, this match was almost just as good, which is bizarre when you think about it. But psychology is a real bitch, isn't it? We're going to have to sort that out, aren't we? But Drew Galloway, still champion, but I don't think that's the biggest news to come out of this. The biggest news to come out of this is that Madoka Kakuta and New Blood seem to have pulled away from the Empire and started their own team. And their first order of business was to essentially dispose of their former emperor, their former leader, Joe Anoa'i. I mean, we're going to have to wait and see what happens, because I think Kakuta's got that Ricky Knight Jr. match coming up. So, you know, you lose some allies, you gain more. I don't know how it works. But either way, this is madness. I guess the Empire is gone. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. But yeah, let's end this here. Let's jump to the end of the month and we'll check our finances and all the other stuff as well. All right, I'll see you guys in a sec. And we are here at the end of the month, or should I say the start of the month, in May. And my goodness, we have got a lot to cover just in the email section. You can see it's lit up yellow. We've got a lot. I've just had a quick peek and holy shit, we might have to do a little bit of business right now. But I think before we jump into that, let's just quickly cover everything else. We made 209,000, which seems to be the standard, providing we have a pay-per-view event that month. And I know that May, we do not have a pay-per-view event that month. So ticket sales and things like that might be a little bit crazy. Our worker costs in April were a lot higher than our worker costs in March, which confuses me a little bit because we had the same number of shows. Oh no, we had one extra show I think in April, which was Faction Warfare, but outside of that we didn't. So yeah, I'm a little bit confused. And again in February, like February to January, like how much? I don't understand. Show costs are kind of around the same. Everything else is almost around the same. Our merchandise has jumped up. That's good. I mean, the more written stars or exclusive stars we get, the higher our merchandise will go, because I think it's just those exclusive people we can sell merch for. Sponsors will grow just as we get bigger. I might have to start upping the cost of ticket sales now, because we're kind of not selling out, but we're doing pretty well. So that's something we can do now. Where is that? Ticket prices. Yeah, we've still got it super cheap. So events, it jump straight to premium. No, normal, and then TV show, we go cheap. We don't do house shows, but I'll put them as very cheap. So normal is blah blah blah. Average ticket prices is shown in the table below. So for normal, our attendance, our popularity is like here. So it's like 20, 16, 20. Okay, and then cheap, it's 14. Well, we had it on very cheap though, 13. Oh, okay. There's not that much of a difference between cheap and very cheap. Makes me want to go normal. I'm not going to. I think what if we bump them both up once? That's fine. We're 12th in the world now. We will take a look at that afterwards, because there's another thing I want to show you. If you guys remember way back when there was the Rhea Ripley bidding war between AEW, WWE, AAA, Impact, and we had a look, but there's no way we're paying that kind of money. But before we do that, let's just jump into here. Whoa, look at all this stuff. So starting from the bottom, Kira Hogan, for some reason, just decided she's had enough. I don't know why. I mean, I know that she was annoyed that she got injured in her match against Aisha Ray, but she still won that match. And I think in Kira Hogan's entire LLW career, she's only lost, like, hold on, Kira Hogan, view Kira Hogan, match history, company, oh no, win, loss, win. So she's only ever lost one match, she's won two. I guess she's kind of annoyed that she's not used week in, week out. But yeah, she just decided that she's had enough and she wanted to leave us. So, which is funny because she moved to Southern England just to now probably have to move back to America. I think that's really funny. But either way, Kira Hogan is gone. She's decided that she's had enough. Also, I mean, it's not a huge signing, so I'll just put it here. We've signed A-Kid, who was Axiom in WWE. He's got mad stats. I think he's going to be really good. I'm really excited for A-Kid to join. And obviously we're going to use his name A-Kid. He's Spanish. You know, apparently he's had a match against Tyler Bate. You know, I've watched a bunch of his videos, not as Axiom, because Axiom I think is a stupid character. But in ring, he's awesome. So I'm very excited to use him. And he's got mad pop as well. I mean, all these NXT guys have got crazy pop. But anyways, let's just quickly jump back. So we can delete that. We can delete that. And as you can see here, this is kind of a spoiler. But there was a reason for the events of Madoka Kakuta and New Blood. And it is because Roman Reigns, aka Anoa'i, has left to begin filming. So he'll be gone for... Whoa! I thought he was shorter than that. He's gone for 6 months. Oh, that sucks. Well, he's gone for 6 months now, which is annoying. So, we're not going to see him for a while, which is annoying because he's a big draw. So we're going to have to do something special with Madoka Kakuta et al. So now let's take a look at all of these people. So Lyra Valkyria, or Valkyrie, as she's also known. She is up for contract extension. So let's see if no one has offered her a deal. She's English, right? Am I making that up? Personal info. Where do we see where she's from? That's where she's based. But I swear she's British, isn't she? Oh, Irish wrestler. There we go. She's Irish. She's British. Let's do it. Exclusive written. Let's do our per show thing. I think 400's a bit low. Let's do 500 and 30%. Hold on. Her popularity is not amazing, but we can build her up. She's got good stats. Yeah, basics. Everything's in the mid to high 70s. Make offer. Be losing opportunity to increase you on your offering. Okay, let's go 600. There we go. Okay. No one else has offered for her, so hopefully that means she's making her way over here. Matty Wahlberg, that is our boy. Yep, I don't like him, so that's not happening. Ricochet, have they offered a deal for Ricochet? Yes, they have. Oh. Whoa, 67,000. No, thank you. Grayson Waller, we just seen that. Ricochet, yep. Dragon Lee, it looks like they've offered something for Dragon Lee. How much they offered? Oh, wait, let's just quickly double check. Boom. Yes, wants to work in the UK. Negotiate. View offers. 85. My goodness. Dragon Lee can go. Butch. Pete Dunne. Pete fucking Dunne. Oh, he's got mad numbers. Hold on, what's his match history saying? Yeah. This isn't going to be likely, is it? And I'm not breaking the bank for Pete Dunne, although I love the boy. Valued around 55, so I'm guessing they're offering him like 90. Yeah, literally called it. That's ridiculous. How are we going to compete with this? Logan Paul, doesn't look like they're offering anything for Logan Paul. But I don't really want Logan Paul. He doesn't fit the LLW way, let's be honest. Gable Stevenson is being offered a new deal. He's on the main roster as well. Wow. Oh, bloody hell. I just want to see how much. Oh, we can just look here to see how much. 60 per month. More than Pete Dunne. Wow. Okay. Jinder Mahal. Yeah, we don't really want Jinder. But let's just take a look. How much are they offering him? 9,000. Okay. Well, that's what his current deal is. I imagine it'll be more. Dana Brooke, who isn't actually part of WWE anymore in real life. Not interested. Sorry, Dana. Xavier Woods. Yep, not really interested. Actually, to be fair, out of the three, he's probably the one I would be interested in the most. So I'm just curious. Obviously, all these people that we're not being able to sign. 22, that's not that bad. But we can't compete. Are they not offering Kofi a new deal? Or did I already delete that email? British Isles. Cool. Negotiate. Oh, okay, hold on. They're not offering Kofi Kingston a new deal. Why? He's got fairly decent numbers, not as high as I'd probably hoped. High flyer, 20 years of experience. Is it because he's old and he's getting worse? Match history. What are his performances saying? Kofi, 60. Oh, okay. That's not very good. Pre-show again, 62. What was he saying? Late 2025. Lots of pre-show matches here. Do we have a singles match anywhere? No singles matches at all. I mean, his average rating is 70. That's the average match rating, 71. 10 wins, 15 losses. Chris Jericho's Rock and Roll Rager. What the hell is this? What? Okay. 62 as well. So I'm thinking what we do with Kofi is we can offer him a paper appearance, a handshake deal. And obviously if he doesn't do well, we can just let him go. So make offer, yeah. I think that's the best thing to do. And then Big E, of course, yeah, we're not going to sign Big E. So it looks like the New Day is splitting up in the old WWE. And speaking of splitting up, I want to get rid of Son, because you're doggy, mate, and I'm not interested. So let's just release. Yep, and he's gone. There we go. Now to jump to the federations, because I need to show you guys something crazy. Let's just go buy some money and see if there's anyone else we can buy out, because that's my favorite thing to do. None of those we can. None of those. New Texas Pro Wrestling? No. Can we try? Can you just attempt to take over? Okay, cool. So you can, even though they've like got money, you can still try it. But yeah, these are all these new companies coming in. Prestige Wrestling have got a pretty good, you know, kind of okay base. Who the hell is Cody Kahan? That's, yeah, I can't read that. But what we want to do is we actually want to go up all the way near the top. First of all, I'm blind, I can't see us. Oh wait, this is order of money. We want size. We're not too far now. We've taken over DDT. We've taken over AAA as well, who have got mad money. And you can see, if you're very keen-eyed, the thing that we were going to show. Of all the companies that wanted to sign Rhea Ripley, she has chosen to join AAA. So let's just go here. She's obviously working as Demi Bennett, her real name. But Rhea Ripley has chosen to go to Mexico to be AAA's newest big star, which I think is crazy. Because, you know, Stardom were in for her, who are, you know, obviously doing much better. They've got money, whoa! And then we've got Impact who are in with her, who have also, you know, they're doing really, really well. This guy, Gordon Gonzalez, is killing it. Remember him? They got Montez Ford. You know, they've got a really fun roster. Like, this is a roster that I would happily take over. A lot of these regens, but they're doing really well with them. They seem to get the regens or the new workers, but with mad pop. Like, you know, former football player. Like, how do they get these guys? Yeah, they've still got, you know, Bray Wyatt, Wyndham, rest in peace, all that stuff. Yeah, insane. They're doing really, really well. There's a lot of people on Impact's roster that I had my eye on, and then they stole when they went to Medium. Ring of Honor did the same with a bunch of names as well, so which is why we needed to get to Medium. But we're at Medium now. I've also taken a look at the old free agency, and there's not really anyone crazy. So yeah, I did try and sign where was she? Just saw her, Ivy Nile, Emily Anzulis. I tried to sign her, but yeah, look at the money that they offer, like 8,000 per month. I couldn't compete that. I tried like 1,500 per show or something, wouldn't work. But hopefully we've now got good old Valkyrie and Kofi Kingston maybe coming in. I'm gonna have to think of a non-WWE name for Kofi Kingston. Although, is he someone who can keep his name? I'm sure that's not his real name, so we'll have to look that up, because I like to try to change it to their real name or do a little play on words. But we'll end it here. This could be two exciting signings if Kofi produces the numbers. Maybe the WWE way when he's in his mid-40s isn't right. Maybe the Lariat way is what he needs. But this was obviously an extended end of month review. We've got the huge fallout from Madoka Kakuta and New Blood, who are clearly some kind of new alliance outside of the Empire. What's going to happen with the remaining members of the Global Empire now that Anoa'i is gone? We know he's gone now, spoiler. But we're going to work that into the show, and I'm still going to continue to do that because, you know, not all the fans watching don't know. You know, they're gonna be like, where's Joe? We haven't seen Joe since that brutal beatdown. 6 months later, Joe's back. It writes itself. And then of course Drew Galloway still champion. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking now. I'm just talking for the sake of talking. Very sorry. But yeah, Kofi Kingston maybe, Valkyrie maybe. Exciting. I'll see you guys soon, but I'm going to do my proper outro because I'm really confused now. But yeah, as always, like, comment, subscribe, share, and as always, hopefully, I'll see you all in the next one.